first one I went to was Lemon Inc Ginza. Oh, this is in Ginza, by the way. And I really like this shop because they're a lot more relaxed with foreigners and taking videos. It actually says there's actually a sign somewhere that says you can actually take videos and photos, which is pretty unheard of in camera shops. I usually have to be really careful about where I'm recording, which is why I don't get much footage in camera shops, but luckily I got quite a lot of footage of different cameras, and they have so many different cameras. They have a lot more vintage cameras in this shop, rather than kind of the modern, well, new old kind of cameras that we're very familiar with. But so if you go to this shop, you'll find a lot of vintage cameras that you perhaps haven't heard of before, and that's really exciting. They also had old watches and pens and things, which just add something as well. So anyway, the second camera shop I went to was called KATSUMIDO Camera, and this is a very different shop. This was very posh. They had all of their best cameras in the front window. They did have a lot of very nice cameras, but I don't like it when camera shops put their cameras in the front window, because I mean, I don't know if this is just me being nitpicky, but if I was a camera shop owner, I wouldn't want the sun hitting my best cameras all day. I mean, they had a Fuji TX1. I don't know if I'd want the sun hitting that all day through a shop window. So I don't know. And it was a very nice shop. I mean, visit, but the prices there were a bit more expensive than you'd expect usually. The third one was called Sankyo Cameras, and this is a very small shop, very small, with a very limited amount. They didn't have that much, although they did have quite a lot of Nikon rangefinders like SP, S3. I actually met an old man that had just bought an S3, and he came up to me and went, "Oh, very nice, Rolleiflex and stuff like that," and I showed him the X-Pan as well, and he loved that. So yeah, the best camera shop in Ginza is definitely Lemon Inc. I'd definitely go there. So I had time in me for one more camera shop, and this one I did have to get a short train again to Shinbashi. Now, I'd never been to this camera shop before, and I'd never been to this area before. Yeah, but the camera shop is in this massive shopping centre, and you wouldn't expect it because it's right next to the station, but this shopping centre is really weird. They describe it as a businessman's haven, and it becomes very clear once you go inside. Literally businessmen everywhere, and it's full of really odd shops, really kind of old-fashioned. They'd also call it Showa period. There were so many of these like little ticket shops, bars, hairdressers, dentists, things you wouldn't really expect in a European shopping centre. Sex shops, gaming shops, there was even a retro arcade in there. And then this camera shop, right, what was it called? It was called Fujikoshi Camera, and it was on the second floor of the shopping centre. And about the only other thing on the entire floor are massage parlours. Yeah, the camera shop is in the middle of about 20 massage parlours, with women sitting outside each parlour, kind of beckoning you to come in. Literally, I got physically dragged into one, and I went, no, sorry, here for cameras. I mean, it was pretty obvious. I had 2 cameras on me. Pretty uncomfortable, actually. Pretty weird environment. I actually did some reading. Apparently, they're not too suspicious. They actually are massage parlours, but they look pretty suspicious to me, to be honest. And the camera shop was nothing that special either. I mean, they did have some things, but nothing like crazy. They had, you know, the usual SLRs and things. They did have actually a Fuji GS645W, which I hadn't seen before, because I've been looking for a GS645. So I came close, but no, I don't want the W. Also, it was quite expensive. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend this camera shop. If you're going just for cameras, I wouldn't go. If you're going for an experience of a Showa period shopping centre filled with businessmen having suspicious massages, then I'd definitely go. But I mean, it was an interesting, fun thing to find. So yeah. So and then after that, I kind of had exhausted myself of places to go to. So I kind of wanted to chill a bit. So I went to the Tokyo Photographic Art Museum, and I saw 2 really cool art exhibitions, photography exhibitions. One of the photographers, I have to look him up, Hoshi Haruto. He is a Japanese street photographer, and he's been shooting since the 70s up until, you know, now, I think. And he was part of this multi-group exhibition. But I really liked his work. He obviously goes out at night, I think, mostly, and uses a flash as well. And he photographs these crazy characters, just the most crazy characters you can think of, and drunk situations, and drugs, and prostitutes, and a really strange side of Japan that I think, well, that he even describes as being lost due to modernization. And I think these photographs are really just time capsules. Anyway, I really enjoyed that. I'm not going to go too into the other exhibitions because I can't remember names and things. But yeah, Hoshi Haruto really stood out to me. Anyway, after this I was really tired, so I'd go back to the hotel. But before I went back to the hotel, I thought I'd go to Amayoko shopping arcade, the usual place, and finish my rolls. And decided to have a little drink at one of these open bars. And I started to have, you know, 1 whiskey, and then I had another whiskey, and then I had another whiskey. And yeah, thought I'd have too much in retrospect. Yeah, and then I got, obviously, too many whiskeys. Yeah, so I was walking around Amayoko with 3 whiskeys in me, taking photos, and I did manage to finish another roll, I think. I mean, my memory's getting pretty hazy. I know 3 whiskeys isn't like crazy, but when you've been walking all day and you haven't eaten and you haven't drunken that much, 3 whiskeys hits you hard. So yeah, I thought I'd walk off the whiskies from Amiyoko at Ueno Park, which is just, you know, 5-minute walk from the shopping arcade, because it's very peaceful at Ueno Park at night. You get some lovely lights from the temple that's in the middle of the pond area. And yeah, it was crazy. As I was walking through Ueno Park, I started hearing this music, and I was like, what is this? Where's this music coming from? And in the middle of Ueno Park, there was this festival, this little food festival with music coming out, like DJ and people dancing and eating and drinking. And yeah, I decided to have a pint and talk to some nice Japanese people and eat and have a little dance. And it was a really, really nice night. And anyway, had a very drunken night and it was fun. And now I feel a bit hungover, which is why this hasn't probably gone too well. But yeah, I'm now today hopefully going to meet some friends, some photography friends, and I'm going to try and go to a couple more camera shops that are closer by and just take it a bit easier today, because the weather is also not too good. I think it's going to be raining now for the next 2 days. So